all through the preseason, if you can say that, is the competition between Martinelli and Leandro Trossard. Last game against Leverkusen, the team, Trossard. And if you have paid attention, Arteta plays with a box midfield. The Checo comes in, or the left back comes, or the right back comes in, joins Partey to form the block. The base of the block is Partey, the Checo to go get a striker. And I'm joining you guys today to say that Arsenal needs a striker. Thank you. Azin TV, welcome back again. Arsenal, of course, just concluded the preseason preparations for the upcoming season with a 2-0 win over Lyon in the Emirates Cup, winning the Emirates Cup for straight, for 3 times now. This, this tournament concludes the preparation for Arsenal every preseason going into the new season. And that was just done today. And if you're an Arsenal fan on this one, you are impressed with what you saw. There has not really been any fall-off from this last season and all the games in the preseason with regards to intensity, sense of purpose, and fitness. And one thing was very interesting. I have been interested since this preseason. Unlike in the past, Arsenal players came back looking like they never went away. They all looked in shape, they all looked fit, which means there was really proper discipline away from the club on holidays. The players still maintain their discipline in terms of, for sure, nutrition and keeping fit as they enjoy their holidays. And this has shown all the games that Arsenal has played. You could see that they looked far better in shape than most of the teams they played against. If you're an Arsenal, if you're a rival fan, obviously you're going to be worried going to this season against Arsenal because it looks like they don't have any plans to drop off. From other people have said that the third season trying, the players probably could be mentally tired and we won't want to go again against Manchester City. But in this one, you could see all through the preseason that they even look hungrier this time around. And people that I mentioned it yesterday after the charity show that he is very worried about Arsenal, the way they have performed through the preseason. That he is worried about Arsenal, and he wouldn't want what happened last season to be anywhere close to 6-8 points behind Arsenal, because obviously the Arteta has always improved this team every season and learns from his mistakes. So City will make a very big mistake this season not to fire on all cylinders starting into the season. But if Arsenal gets a grip on this one this season, most likely they will repeat those mistakes. Yes, Arsenal won, yes, but we have to look a little bit deeper into this one and as well technically and find some very good talking points for you. Things probably you would have paid attention to watching the game as a fan, because obviously we usually watch these games as fans with emotion. But from a technical point of view, there are things to also highlight from the game, either in terms of concern or from a good spirit or a good point of view. And the first thing I want to look at, and there's about 6 or 7 of them talking points I'm going to look at after watching this one and going to the season. One thing that stood out in this game that I would say is Arteta trying to create competition all over the pitch with players. And the one that has stood out in this game, and of course the last game that we watched, all through the preseason, if you can say that, is the competition between Martinelli and Leandro Trossard. Last game against Leverkusen, Trossard started, and we saw the impact that he made. And Martinelli had, I think, 20 or 30 minutes run out in that one. This time around, Arteta started Martinelli, and you could see he was the most lively between the two wings, and he continually applied pressure on the Lyon defense, though he could not score any goals, but he was a thorn in the flesh of the Lyon defense. All the counter attacks, the one-on-one dribbles, trying to put pressure on the defense, all came most of the time from Martinelli. So you can see that the both of them are fighting that one out, trying to make life difficult for Mikel Arteta in making decision who is going to start the season for him. If you ask me, judging from what I've seen so far in the preseason, it looks like Liam Trossard is winning that battle and is not dropping off from what we saw last season. We know last season he had a very prolific season for Arsenal, scoring I think 12 goals and numerous assists. He has continued with that in the preseason and looks very, very much in shape. Going to this new season, I think Arteta is going to go with Leo starting from that position. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Very, very important. Please hit the like button to help us support this mission. Let's push this channel going to the season. You are doing a very, very good job. The last video we got like 25, 30 likes. We want to continue, and engagement was good as well. A lot of people contacted me, in my opinion, on the striking position, and honestly, as we go into this video, you're going to see I think I'm flip-flopping. I'm going to backtrack on my position about the striking position. Though I never said well, I will talk about that when I get there. Yes, I saw a lot of people maintained that Arsenal needs a striker that Jesus and Kai Havertz cannot be trusted with that responsibility. So let's keep that momentum again in this video. Let me know what you think in these talking points, and make your. I'm going to read out a few of those comments going into this one. Then one other thing that stood out in this game was Arsenal, the intensity that they played with, and straight away from the starting first minute, their Arsenal had a high press and continued from where they started stop last season in camping opponents in their box, not even in their half, almost in their 18-yard box. It was very difficult for Lyon to come out from their box for almost 30 minutes into that game. Arsenal, of course, got their early goals. 9 minutes into the game, the two center backs, first goal came from Saliba, and I think a few minutes after that, Gabriel added the second one. And, that shows you the kind of intensity, the purpose that this team is not playing. They're not seeing these games as preseason, and one will hope that they will start with the same intensity going into the season and grab their early points and early leads, and as they try to win this league at the third time trying. Then this brings me into the highly talked about situation in the squad, which is, does Arsenal need a goal poacher, a striker, a 20-25, if possible 30 goal striker a season? And after watching this game today, I am telling you publicly, yes, Arsenal does need one, because watching this game, Kai Havertz has done so many good things for Arsenal in the games that he has played. Jesus have done, but I don't think they can be trusted, like many of you have said. Go, in a better position. I think Arsenal needs a striker. I could see that today. Kai Havertz played well in the last game as a midfielder, and when he was moved forward, the traditions were made. He had a good game, and so he had even a better game. But today he started from the front, and from what I saw, I think Arteta needs to get a striker. The way Arsenal plays, it's not going to be difficult for a striker to adapt. Well, the only thing that can happen is you probably will have to, he has to blend in on how Arsenal, and again, of course, he can mix it. Like today, you can see that Arsenal has developed different ways to score goals, which is from corner kicks, from there was something that Saka was working on, Saka Martinelli, putting the balls in the second post. So these are things I found out in this game, that they are looking for other ways to score goals apart from just depending on the strikers. But still, you need a striker. I think Arsenal needs a striker. Go and get Victor Osimhen out there. Arsenal, when you balance the outgoings and incomings, I've not really spent money this summer. So go ahead, pay 60 or 70 million, pick Victor Osimhen, drop him in front of this this team, and you are well poised to win this league, considering the fact that Gabriel even cannot be trusted in regards to injury. So, and another thing, yeah, that I take away from this game that made this match very good for Arsenal too is the last game they played against Leverkusen. Leverkusen is a team that likes to play, they like possession. Then today they play against Lyon, a low block team. So they had it was an opportunity for them to figure out how to break down teams who play low blocks, and they did that very well today. Only that they failed to take their chances from open play, but of course they got the goals from corner kicks. Another thing that really stood out today is if Arsenal can manage to have Thomas Partey play at the level that we know he can play for at least 50 to 80% of this season, I think they will have a better chance of winning the league. You could see that today with him in that midfield, everything ticked. It was difficult to break Arsenal down, and he could find those passes, those line-breaking passes. No other person in the Arsenal midfield does that. Jorginho has some intricate, some passes. He keeps it ticking, but there are some line-breaking passes that Partey does, and we saw a few of them today. So Partey is key to Arsenal. Another thing I found out too is last season, a lot of Arsenal fans were on Zinchenko's back, and they forgot the good things that he does for the team. The last two games of this preseason has shown that Zinchenko, the way Arteta wants to play, is a mistake. He's part of this team. So Arsenal fans, you better get behind him and support Zinchenko. I don't think Arteta has any plans to take him out of the team. And if you have paid attention, Arteta plays with a box midfield. Zinchenko comes in, or the left back comes, or the right back comes in, joins Partey to form the block. The base of the block is Partey, Zinchenko, or Partey, Ben White. In front of them is Odegaard and the 8. And that sometimes he uses Kai Havertz or another player. So this is how Arsenal has always played, a box midfield. So you need a left back that can play that role. Arteta has shown in this preseason that Zinchenko is trusted to play that position. Because some people might say because Califury was not fit or during Timber. But don't forget that Kivio played that position last season. So and he was always available and never played as a left back. He played him all through the preseason as a centre half. So which means that Zinchenko so far looked fresh, had the intensity, and he had some very, very, very impressive performances. You know, there was one glorious pass that he traded to Martinelli today, and that reminds you what you miss when you don't have him on the pitch. Yes, there needs to be some improvement on the defensive side, but again, there's not so many players out there that have it all. So if that's the area the club has to carry him, then Arteta has to work it out if he's adamant to use Zinchenko. Let me know what you think. Do you think that the good that Zinchenko does in the midfield for Arsenal can make us overlook some of the dodgy situations that we'll find that ourselves with him as a defender in defensive positions? What do you think? Should Arteta continue with Zinchenko, or do you think he should find, replacing a better all-round defender? Califury has come in today, started from the left back. A few minutes later, he was moved into the centre back, and Luis Kelly came in and played in the left back and played exactly the way Zinchenko plays. So which means Arteta is not going away from making his left back talking. And in that situation, what we know about Califury, I don't think he can do it better than Zinchenko and Luis Kelly. So it's going to be an interesting one. That left back has remained a talking point for Arsenal, if you know what I mean. So we're still going to find out what Arteta is going to do with that, if he has found a permanent solution, or he's going to continue to chop and change in that area of the pitch. So let me know what you think. What would be your option? Would you want a more traditional left back that would defend very well, especially Califury, for instance? Or do you think that what Zinchenko does in the midfield is more important for the team in terms of winning game, because a lot of people claim that Arsenal should be playing on the front foot and try to win games. So why not play Zinchenko if that is the mentality? So let me know what you think in the comment section. What do you think, Zinchenko or Calafiori, or let me know a more traditional defender, the left back? What will you prefer? We have three players now that are contesting for that position: Zinchenko, Calafiori, and of course Jurgen Timber can as well play from that position. So let me know what you think in the comment section as well. Let's see what the fans are thinking and see what Arteta, of course, does with that one. Another talking point is Bukayo Saka, star boy. We know we know what Saka can bring to this Arsenal team, but sorry to say, Saka is not 100% yet. He's not really fit, and I hope the next coming few days, he will be up to speed and ready to go, starting the game against Wolves. Of course, Wolves has always been a tricky fixture against Arsenal. Arsenal finds a way to win them, but it's never, not always easy. So all the players that started in that game needs to be 100%. I trust Saka in discipline now. Hopefully, he should be ready for that game and be 100%. For what I saw today, he has some good things that he could bring to the team, but obviously he is not yet 100% going into this one. Another thing is that Arteta is really creating squad depth, a problem that had plagued Arsenal so many years in the past. Gradually, Arteta has built this squad and is now beginning to expand the squad depth in terms of quality. Then there is all the games that have been played in this summer. There is really no much drop off when substitutions are made. Sometimes Arsenal fans even forget that certain players did not play certain games, and which is a very good thing to see as an Arsenal fan, because this is something that the fans have been crying about for a very long time. And you could see in this game that Arteta has worked on this and is beginning to show in what you get. And finally, I believe that Etawaneri and Rizkedi are ready to be part of the main team. They had, again, another very good game today, 20 minutes or so run out, and they showed their quality. They showed no sign of lacking in confidence. They took the game like they belonged here. And this is a thing of joy for Arsenal fans. I know in the past we've seen some young guns come for pre-season and disappear. But this time around, these two, for me, have come to stay. And they are really, and you really need that, because this season there's going to be a little bit more games. Don't forget that there's a new structure in the Champions League. There's going to be extended group game, 2 additional games in the group stage. So you need, quality and depth in your squad. And this is what Arteta, for me, I've managed to assemble for the club. So let me know what you think on these talking points. It is a good time to be an Arsenal fan, and like I said, Arsenal need a striker, and I have a very, very strong feeling that Arsenal will sign Victor Osimhen this summer. I have a feeling that they have agreed that deal. All that needs to be done now is for Arsenal to get their outgoings and pick up these deals. Mikel Merino and Victor Osimhen joining this squad will put Arsenal in a very, very advantage position to grab the league this time around. I don't think if these two players can come in, I believe Arsenal will become favorites to win the league. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Don't laugh at me. And I promise to read out some of the comments that you guys made on the last question about Arsenal buying or not buying a striker. And here we have, I'm going to read a few of your chats. I have Frank Igwe here. He says, putting Arsenal's striking load on Jesus may be another mistake as Arsenal will make this season. Jesus is a good player, but not striker that will give you 30 goals a season. Diego Ken 8046 says, point of view, everyone here thinks Arsenal needs a striker. From my understanding of the game, they do need a striker, a 20-25 goals kind of striker. Bruiser Hang, I don't know what he means there. It was a little bit aggressive. He said, shut up about Jesus. Shut up about Jesus can't do it. In Ateta, we should trust. Don't you think he knows what he's doing? Some Arsenal fans are too negative, pisses me off. Yeah, this guy is adamant that whatever Ateta decides to do, he is behind him. If he decides not to buy a striker, that we should support the team and they will win. So, yeah, I hear you there. And Fidelis Saman said 55-7. He says great analysis. He didn't really say much. And West Khalifa 6535 says we don't need to risk it anymore because Jesus is an injury man. I wish him good, but I can't wait to go with trophies this season, so I need a striker. Yeah, so you can see a lot of people out there believe that Arsenal should not trust Jesus and, of course, Kai Havertz in that position. Arsenal should go get a striker. And I'm joining you guys today to say that Arsenal needs a striker. Thank you, and let me know what you think in the comment section again on this one, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.